Have you ever dreamed of escaping to a world where untouched nature, ancient villages and surreal landscapes collide in absolute silence? Imagine wandering through misty forests where legends come alive, kayaking across crystal-clear seas dotted with secret islands, or standing alone atop a cliff, gazing over endless fjords bathed in golden light. The high coast, Sweden's rugged hidden gem. Far from Sweden's bustling cities, the high coast rises dramatically above the Gulf of Bothnia, a place where land, sea and sky seem to dance together in timeless beauty. Shaped by the greatest land uplift on Earth after the Ice Age, this UNESCO World Heritage Site is a masterpiece of soaring granite cliffs, deep blue inlets and endless pine forests. Standing atop Skuleskogen Mountain, the views stretch for miles across the shimmering water and rocky archipelagos. The light here feels different, softer, clearer, as if the very air carries the spirit of the north. Adventurers hike the legendary High Coast Trail, a rugged journey across ancient landscapes dotted with hidden lakes and roaring waterfalls. Along the trail you will find rustic wooden shelters where travelers sleep under a canopy of stars, surrounded by the whispering sounds of nature. In summer, the sun barely sets, casting a golden glow over the coast. In winter, the land freezes into a silent, glittering kingdom of ice. Kosta Havet National Park, Sweden's secluded marine paradise. Along Sweden's western edge, hidden beyond rocky shores and quiet villages, lies Kosta Havet National Park, the country's only marine national park and one of its best-kept secrets. Here, the Kosta Islands offer a car-free, timeless world where narrow paths wind past colourful cottages, wildflower meadows and rocky coves kissed by the sea. Kayaking through the clear waters reveals underwater gardens teeming with life. Over 6,000 marine species thriving in crystal blue depths. Above the waves, seabirds soar against brilliant skies while seals bask lazily on sunlit rocks. Life on Kosta moves with the rhythm of nature, biking along quiet coastal paths, savouring fresh seafood by the harbour, and watching sunsets that transform the entire sky into a canvas of fire and gold. Kosta Havet is pure, untouched Scandinavia, a place to breathe, to dream, and to lose yourself completely in nature's embrace. Skuleskogen National Park, Sweden's mythical forest. Deeper inland lies Skuleskogen National Park, where ancient forests cloak the rugged hills and legends still whisper on the wind. Moss carpets the ground like emerald velvet. Twisted pines stretch skyward, silent streams carve secret paths through the undergrowth, their waters glistening under beams of golden light. The park's most famous treasure is the Slatdalskravan Gorge, a towering narrow chasm splitting the mountain apart. Walking through its shadowed passage feels like stepping into another world where the stone walls rise high around you and the air hums with mystery. High above the gorge, panoramic trails reveal endless views of the high coast and the open sea beyond. Here, moose roam silently through the woods and ancient lynxes move unseen among the trees. In Skuleskogen, every path feels enchanted, every sound echoes with the voices of forgotten times. It is a place where nature still holds its deepest secrets. Adrift in the Baltic Sea lies Gotland, a sun-soaked island where medieval towns and deserted beaches create a world apart from the mainland. Beyond the city walls of Visby, a preserved medieval wonder, the true soul of Gotland reveals itself: tiny villages of weathered wooden houses, fields where ancient stones stand like forgotten guardians, coastlines lined with towering limestone sea stacks sculpted by time and tides. Travel north to the island of Faro, where the landscape turns stark and hauntingly beautiful. Here, the Raukar, strange natural stone pillars, rise along silent shores, their silhouettes frozen against the setting sun. In hidden coves, the waters of the Baltic meet the endless sky. The sunsets burn in colours of crimson and lavender, reflected in the stillness of empty beaches. Gotland is not just an island. It's a dream world where every stone, every wave, and every whisper of wind carries the ancient soul of Scandinavia. Far above the Arctic Circle, scattered across the shimmering Norwegian Sea, the Lofoten Islands create a world so surreal it feels like a dream. Jagged mountains rise straight out of turquoise waters. Tiny fishing villages cling to rocky shores, their colourful houses reflecting in glassy fjords. Soft white sand beaches curve around secret coves, framed by towering peaks dusted with snow. Driving along the E10 highway, every turn reveals a new wonder. Dramatic cliffs plunging into deep blue seas. Fishing huts on stilts called rorba perched above the tides. Silent fjords where whales glide beneath the surface and eagles soar overhead. In summer, the midnight sun bathes the islands in endless light. In winter, the northern lights paint the skies with rivers of green and violet. Villages like Reine, Nusfjord and Hamnøy feel timeless, places where you can still feel the raw spirit of the Arctic world. The Lofoten Islands are not just a destination, they are pure magic, where land, sea and sky merge into something unforgettable. For those seeking the wild beauty of Norway without the crowd, Senja is the ultimate hidden gem. Norway's second-largest island is a dramatic world of towering peaks, deep fjords and deserted beaches. The landscape here changes with every curve of the road. Sheer cliffs plunge straight into the sea. Tiny fishing villages nestle in lush green valleys. Waterfalls tumble down rocky faces into quiet coves. The Westfjords, with its steep walls and glittering waters, is one of Senja's most breathtaking sights. At sunset, the fjord glows with a golden light that feels almost otherworldly. For adventurers, the hike up to Segla is legendary. A steep climb, rewarded with vertigo-inducing views over fjords and mountains stretching to infinity. In Senja, solitude reigns. Here, you can still find yourself completely alone with the wild, ancient beauty of Norway. The Helgeland coast, Norway's secret coastal wonderland. Stretching south of the Arctic Circle, the Helgeland coast remains one of Scandinavia's most beautiful and least known treasures. Along this endless coastline, over 12,000 islands dot the sparkling sea. Rocky islets crowned with pine forests. Quiet beaches hidden between towering granite cliffs. Tiny fishing hamlets where colourful houses stand against the fierce beauty of nature. Among its wonders lies Torgatan, a mountain pierced by a giant natural hole formed by glaciers and ancient forces. Legends say trolls once created it, frozen forever by the rising sun. Nearby, the Vega Islands, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, preserve a 1,000-year-old tradition of eider duck farming, a living link to Scandinavia's oldest ways of life. Here, adventure means hopping by ferry between islands, paddling silent waters by kayak, or cycling lonely coastal roads where the ocean stretches endlessly into the horizon. The Helgeland coast is a place where time flows slower and nature's song is heard in every wave, every breeze, and every silent starry night. Innerdalen, Norway's hidden alpine valley. Deep in the heart of Norway's rugged interior lies Innerdalen, often called the country's most beautiful valley, and still one of its best-kept secrets. Framed by dramatic peaks and glacier-fed lakes, Innerdalen feels like a land untouched by modern life. The towering mountain of Innerdalstanet rises sharply into the sky, its pyramid shape earning it the nickname Norway's Matterhorn. Trails wind through flower-strewn meadows, past crystal-clear rivers and roaring waterfalls. Simple red cabins and ancient farmhouses dot the landscape, offering cozy shelter for weary hikers. In summer, the valley explodes with wildflowers and the air is filled with the scent of pine and fresh mountain streams. In winter, snow blankets the valley in pure silence, broken only by the soft crunch of boots or skis. Innerdalen is a place to breathe deeply, to walk slowly, and to feel utterly connected to the vast, timeless wilderness. Mons Klint, Denmark's towering white cliffs. On the quiet island of Mon along Denmark's eastern coast stands Mons Klint, a breathtaking series of chalk-white cliffs rising high above the turquoise waters of the Baltic Sea. Here, sheer walls of gleaming limestone tower up to 128 meters above the waves, their brilliant faces shifting colors under the moving sun. At the cliff's edge, lush beech forests stretch inland, alive with the soft whisper of leaves in the sea breeze. Descending the steep wooden stairways carved into the cliffside, you find yourself on wild beaches of white stones, where ancient fossils still surface after storms, tiny reminders of a prehistoric world. In spring and summer, the cliffs are crowned with vibrant wildflowers, and the clear waters below shimmer with endless shades of blue. In winter, the cliffs stand stark and silent against a dramatic northern sky. Mons Klint is not just one of Denmark's most stunning natural wonders. It is a place where earth, sea, and sky come together in a timeless, unforgettable dance. Samso Island, Denmark's green oasis. At the heart of the Kattegat Sea, between Jutland and Zealand, lies Samso, a peaceful island where nature and sustainability live in perfect harmony. Samso is famous for being Denmark's green energy pioneer, but its real magic is found in its landscapes. Rolling fields of golden grain stretching towards distant horizons. Villages filled with whitewashed cottages and colourful gardens. Quiet harbours where fishermen mend nets and children chase seagulls across the docks. Here, bicycles outnumber cars. And the best way to explore is to cycle through the gentle countryside, discovering hidden beaches and cosy farm shops offering fresh strawberries and new potatoes. In late summer, the island comes alive with the scent of apples, and the sunsets over the Kattegat bathe the world in golden light. Samso is not just an island, it is a slower, simpler way of life, hidden in plain sight. Aero Island, Denmark's romantic hidden gem. Floating in the South Funen archipelago, Aero Island is a fairy tale world of cobblestone streets, pastel-painted houses, and windswept beaches. The town of Skuleskogen feels like stepping into another century, where every corner reveals charming old homes adorned with climbing roses and ivy. Narrow alleyways lead to quiet squares, where the smell of fresh bread and salt air fills the morning breeze. Beyond the towns, the island's open landscapes unfold. Rolling green hills dotted with grazing sheep. Windswept beaches lined with colourful wooden beach huts. Hidden coastal paths where the sea breeze carries stories of ancient sailors and distant lands. Aero is also a secret wedding paradise where couples from all over the world come to exchange vows against backdrops of wildflowers, rocky shores, and endless skies. This island is not just a destination, it is a place to fall in love with life all over again. Thy national park, Denmark's untamed wilderness. In Denmark's remote northwest, far from the tidy fields and neat towns of the lowlands, lies thy national park, a wild, rugged landscape shaped by wind, water, and time. Here, sand dunes roll endlessly under vast skies. Pine forests sway in the Atlantic winds. Long deserted beaches stretch beyond the horizon, where the restless North Sea meets the land with crashing waves. Thy is a land of elemental beauty. Trails weave through heath-covered hills and along dune ridges where the only sounds are the whisper of the wind and the cries of seabirds overhead. It is a place for true solitude, a kingdom of sky, sand, and sea, untouched by modern life. At night, the stars blaze brilliantly in the dark skies, and in the distance the lighthouse beams sweep silently across the land. Thy is not the Denmark most travellers expect, but it is the Denmark few ever forget. In the remote reaches of the Gulf of Bothnia lies the Kvarken Archipelago, a place where land and sea are constantly reshaping the world. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is one of the few places on Earth where you can watch new land being born. The ground here is rising from the sea at a rate of 8 millimeters per year, revealing rocky ridges and small islands sculpted by ancient ice. Exploring the Kvarken Archipelago feels like stepping into a living map of the Ice Age. hundreds of islands crowned with twisted pines and sandy beaches, stone labyrinths formed by retreating glaciers, silent waters where the reflection of the sky seems endless. In summer, the archipelago bathes under golden midnight light. In winter, it transforms into a silent world of frozen seas and snow-covered islets. The Kvarken archipelago is more than just a natural wonder. It is a reminder that our world is alive, always changing, and full of quiet miracles. In the deep forests near Finland's eastern border lies Hossa National Park, a sanctuary of ancient lakes, whispering pines, and hidden history. Water is everywhere in Hossa. More than 130 sparkling lakes and rivers wind through the forests. Kayaking across clear blue waters feels like floating through a forgotten world. Silent shores invite travelers to rest, reflect, and reconnect with nature. One of Hossa's most mystical treasures is the Varikallio Cliffs, home to Stone Age rock paintings over 4,000 years old. Figures of hunters, animals, and mysterious symbols still glow faintly on the cliff face, whispering stories from a distant past. In summer, the forests come alive with the sounds of birds and the scent of fresh pine. In winter, the landscape freezes into a shimmering world of snow and ice, perfect for cross-country skiing and chasing the northern lights. Hossa is not just a park, it is a timeless refuge for the spirit. Floating between Sweden and Finland in the Baltic Sea, the Åland Islands offer a peaceful world apart from the rush of modern life. This autonomous archipelago of over 6,000 islands is a hidden gem of gentle beauty. Red granite cliffs rising from clear blue waters. Quiet villages with colourful harbours and white-steepled churches. Rolling meadows bursting with wildflowers under open skies. Exploring Åland is an adventure of slow living. Biking from island to island along quiet coastal roads, sailing between tiny islets and hidden coves, sampling local delicacies like fresh smoked fish, handmade cheese, and sweet apple cider. At sunset, the entire archipelago glows with a soft golden light, and the quiet lapping of the sea becomes the only sound in the world. Åland is a place to breathe deeply, to move slowly, and to rediscover the simple joy of being. Oulanka National Park, Finland's wild north. Far in the north of Finland, near the Arctic Circle, lies Oulanka National Park, a wild landscape of roaring rivers, deep forests, and endless skies. Here, nature shows its most dramatic side. Thundering waterfalls crash through rocky canyons. Suspension bridges sway high above rushing rapids. Towering pine forests stretch beyond the horizon. The Kaupunkiero's Trail, the Bear's Ring, is one of Finland's most legendary hikes, leading adventurers through 82 kilometers of some of the most stunning wilderness in Scandinavia. In summer, the trails are lined with wild berries and the scent of pine needles warming in the sun. In autumn, the forests blaze with fiery reds, oranges and yellows, a northern version of fall at its most spectacular. In winter, Oulanka transforms into a silent kingdom of snow where the northern lights ripple across frozen rivers and ice-draped trees. Oulanka is not just a place. It is an experience of raw, untamed beauty. Westfjords, Iceland's untouched wilderness. In the far northwest of Iceland lies the Westfjords, a remote, rugged land where towering cliffs plunge into icy seas and tiny villages cling to the edge of the world. The Westfjords feel like a forgotten frontier, endless fjords winding between sharp mountains. Silent roads tracing the coastline with breathtaking views at every turn, seabirds filling the skies above rocky cliffs and lonely beaches. One of the most awe-inspiring sights is Dinjandi Waterfall, a majestic multi-tiered cascade that thunders down a wide cliff, its waters fanning out like a shimmering bridal veil. Further west, the towering cliffs of Latrabjarg mark the westernmost point of Europe. Here, millions of seabirds nest, including puffins that nest so close to the edge you can almost reach out and touch them. In the Westfjords, the silence is profound, the landscapes are raw, and every view feels like a secret only you have discovered. Thorsmork Valley, Iceland's hidden oasis. Tucked between glaciers in southern Iceland, the Thorsmork Valley, named after the Norse god Thor, is a lush, green oasis unlike anywhere else on the island. Sheltered from the harsh winds by surrounding mountains and glaciers, Thorsmork bursts with life. Birch forests carpet the valley floor. Braided rivers weave through black volcanic sands. Rugged ridges rise sharply, offering panoramic views over vast glaciers and distant volcanoes. Getting to Thorsmork is an adventure in itself, requiring river crossings and rough tracked, but the reward is entering a world where nature feels fresh, alive, and utterly untamed. Hiking trails crisscross the valley, leading to secret canyons, glacier viewpoints, and hidden waterfalls. At sunrise and sunset, the valley glows with golden light. Mist curls around the peaks, and the landscape feels almost mythical. Thorsmork is a place where legends are born, and where every step feels like a journey into another world. Eastfjords, Iceland's serene secret coast. On Iceland's quieter eastern side lies the Eastfjords, a region of serene beauty, charming villages and rugged coastal landscapes. Here fjords carve deep into the land, framed by towering mountains that seem to rise straight from the sea. Colourful fishing villages like Seyðisfjörður and Djúpivogur offer cosy harbours, local art galleries and streets lined with historic wooden houses. Wild reindeer roam the Highlands, waterfalls tumble from the cliffs, and hidden black sand beaches invite travellers to stop and soak in the solitude. Driving the coastal roads of the Eastfjords is an adventure in itself. Sharp turns reveal secluded coves. Mountain passes open into wide valleys filled with wildflowers. The vast Atlantic stretches endlessly to the east, shimmering under wide skies. Far from the crowds of the south, the Eastfjords offer a quieter, deeper Iceland, where beauty reveals itself slowly and rewards those willing to explore. Icelandic Highlands, the island's wild heart. At the centre of Iceland lies its wild, untamed soul, the Icelandic Highlands. This vast uninhabited region is a world of extremes. Rainbow-coloured mountains at Landmannalauga, black volcanic deserts stretching as far as the eye can see. Hidden oases of steaming hot springs and sparkling glacial rivers. The highlands are accessible only in summer and only by rugged four-wheel drive vehicles, making the journey itself an adventure. In Landmannalauga, colourful rhyolite mountains shimmer in shades of red, orange and green. Nearby, hikers can soak in natural hot springs under open skies, surrounded by surreal landscapes of lava fields and snow patches. Further north, the Askja region offers vast volcanic craters filled with deep blue lakes, silent, awe-inspiring and alien in their beauty. The Icelandic Highlands are not just landscapes. They are experiences of pure, raw creation, where the forces of earth, fire and ice still shape the world before your eyes. The hidden paradises of Scandinavia are not just destinations, they are living stories, written across mountains, islands, fjords and forests, waiting for those willing to seek something beyond the ordinary. Through remote valleys, secret coastlines, untouched islands and ancient landscapes, we have only scratched the surface of what this magical part of the world has to offer. Every path leads to a deeper connection with nature. Every view leaves a mark on the soul. Every hidden corner tells a story older than memory itself. If this journey has awakened your spirit of discovery, imagine how much more there is still to explore. There are thousands of unseen places across the world, waiting in silence, waiting for someone like you to find them. To continue traveling deeper, to discover the secrets most will never see, and to experience the beauty that lies beyond the familiar, subscribe to The Unseen Traveler. By joining us, you will unlock new adventures, breathtaking journeys and extraordinary places that will inspire your mind and move your heart. This journey is only the beginning. The world is far bigger, wilder and more beautiful than you have ever imagined. Keep moving forward, keep exploring and never stop chasing the wonders of the world.